Because we want it to look...
Looks so bad.
Do I need more hair? Here we are on set. Jake's just straight up sitting on his phone. And we're trying to make a movie and he's just over here. Son, what?
So I was watching Jurassic Park, and during one scene, I was like, how cool would it be if on our channel, we tried to recreate that scene? And then I was like, well, how cool would it be if we could do it on the iPhone? And then I thought, what if we tried to do 2 movie scenes? So in today's video, we're gonna be trying to recreate 2 Hollywood movie scenes with the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Here we go. So a few major cons about the iPhone 13, and again, this is like Apple's first real attempt at a cinematic mode, right? It's completely new software, all new tech, so you gotta kind of be patient with them, but there are a few things that I just think are dumb, especially for a powerful machine like the iPhone 13. But the cinematic mode only shoots in 1080p. And 1080p just hasn't been the norm for a while now, so.
It's 2021, people.
I mean, I know we're all watching this on our phones. You're probably watching it on your phone right now and on Instagram and TikTok, and 1080p will look fine. But as a filmmaker, you want to have more to work with. You want the 4K sharpness. The iPhone can shoot 4K 60 in ProRes now, but here we are shooting at 1080p in only, I hate this, 30 frames per second. And the other major annoyance that I have with cinematic mode so far is you only get 2 focal length options. They're great, they're both great,
Yeah.
They look awesome, but you can't rack zoom, you can't really do anything. You can't even use the ultra wide, which got a huge buff on the 13 Pro Max. At the same time, it's an iPhone. I mean, how much can you really expect from it? And at the same time, like for what it's producing, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you compare it to these older cameras like the Good and Bad that it was shot on. The clarity is just awesome. So, and you'll see that today. All right, scene number 1 is recreating the good, the bad, and the ugly final showdown. Now we're gonna put our own spin on this, but it should be a pretty fun video to make. So the interesting thing about recreating this scene from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is that it was filmed in 1966. And as you guys all know, technology has gone leaps and bounds since then. So back then they were filming these cinema cameras, and now today we have iPhones that can shoot 4K, super sharp, crystal clear images that can fit in our pockets. And the purpose of this video today is to really show how far technology has come since 1966. I mean, in the iPhone 13 Pro Max, which we'll be using exclusively for not only the behind the scenes, but for the main footage we're using on these scenes. So it should be pretty cool. We got some great actors, got some great sets today, and we
burned this whole lake down just for the shoot.
And
We missed the picnic table though. Shoot, ought to burn that one down too.
And like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, we're gonna be shooting this entirely on a tripod. So we brought the FTF Gear tripod here with the all-new smartphone attachment link, which is awesome for creating TikToks or filming yourself, or just having a great tripod setup. Every shot in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly final shot and scene was on a staple tripod, or whatever they used back then, maybe a block. So we're putting this on this, and then adjusting the settings manually. And the cool thing is, like I said, we can change everything in post. So here we go.
All right, so my character has a mustache, and I can't grow a mustache like Doug. So we're gonna take men's original grooming tape, Topstick. This video is not sponsored by Topstick. What we're gonna do is take my natural hair, because we want it to look authentic. All right, pull, oh. Come on, Topstick, get your game in the game, in the head. So, how does that look?
Looks so bad.
Do I need more hair? No. All right. This is how we do it in Hollywood.
All right, so this first shot, we're gonna start with Clint Eastwood, played by our good friend Doug here. So he's gonna walk to the middle with the rock, turn around, set the rock down, and that's when the anticipation starts to build, and that's kind of when the intensity starts to build. So that's gonna be our first shot today. And action. That's perfect. Sam, go more to your left. Okay, Sam, you can move in. This is like your shot, so really exaggerate how slow the look is. Maybe one take, you kind of like catch a hair in your mouth. And
Okay. Sorry, partner, I hate to do this to you, I really do.
Cut. All right, next up, we're gonna be doing the main heroes close-ups. And these ones are pretty fun. These are the iconic Clint Eastwood stares with the squint, biting the cigarette. All we're gonna be doing to recreate that scene is applying the silver side of the reflector directly onto Doug's face so that we can get a catch light in his eye, and that will kind of replicate the exact look of the initial film. Action.
Prepare to die.
That was perfect.
It's like just stuck in my throat.
And that's a wrap, you guys. We just finished this scene. For these ultra wide shots, we did have to go from cinematic mode to just the video mode because the cinematic mode actually doesn't let you shoot on the ultra wide lens. And the ultra wide lens got a huge upgrade on the 13 Pro. So kind of a bummer that they didn't allow you to use it on the brand new software. So kind of a letdown, but we still were able to shoot in 4K on the ultra wide lens for those ultra wide,
Establisher shots.
establishing shots. So it turned out pretty good, pretty funny. We hope you guys enjoy it.
Prepare to die.
What? Did he just say something? What?
I said prepare to die.
Prepare to what?
What did you say?
I said prepare to die.
I mean, he's saying something.
Sounded like prepare to get high. Yeah.
Hi? No, I don't do that.
I said prepare to die.
Yeah. Hold on here.
Sorry, I don't. Look, buddy, whether you got the thing in your mouth or not in your mouth, you still got a mouthful. So how about you clear your throat and you speak up there, partner?
What?
Huh?
What?
Is he out of bullets? Does he need? Do you want to give him some of yours?
Oh, yeah.
Did you need some more ammo?
I said prepare to die.
Sorry, do you want to come over here and tell us what you're trying to get off your chest? Shoot! I ain't got, son, I ain't got time for this. I'm sorry, I really am. I'm really sorry. All right, so we're in a backyard. It's Jake's in-laws' backyard.
Yep.
So what we're trying to do is really find a way, and we are limited because of those two focal lengths, but we're trying to find a way that we can make sure that the fence is not seen and it doesn't feel like a backyard. Because again, we're running on a no-person crew.
It's very backyardy, and we're competing with the Jurassic Park scene where they had a great lighting setup and an amazing production set.
So we're gonna see what we get.
Yeah,
It'll
here we
be
go.
fun.
Okay, so a few big problems we're already running into is we have terrible lighting. It's 1 p.m. So we're shooting in the shade a little bit here. We have some aerosol cans. We're gonna have spray, get that foggy jungle vibe. We have some fake plants that we're gonna put in as foreground for some props, cheat a few things here and there. And then the only light source we're gonna be using is the sun, with the exception of an FTF gear reflector to kind of help even out the light in the harsh places to make it look a little bit better, a little more cinematic.
We're having fun.
Yeah, we're throwing fun.
We're having a ton of fun. Pull. Just kidding, because remember, safety first.
Also, we will be shooting all of this in the native camera app. No third-party apps. We really wanted to push the limits of cinematic mode, so we won't be using anything else other than Apple's native camera app. So in the first shot of this clip, Muldoon, the character played by Bob Peck, is coming through the brush, coming through the woods or the jungle, hunting these raptors, right? And so we're gonna have Brendan play Muldoon, and he's gonna be coming through this tree line here, to get into position with his gun to shoot the raptors.
I didn't have any safari type stuff, so instead of doing short tan, I
This is a
did
very low budget film.
long
all right?
green with
We
a
got
bear
what we
shirt.
could. So he's gonna be kind of coming through, sneaking through the brush here. And I have my good friend Samuel Hansen with an aerosol can. So he's gonna be spraying aerosol down this tree line here. And we're gonna have to sound design better in post. And by we, I mean you. Cue the haze. And cue the talent. Action. You guys, the motors on this are kind of struggling. So rather than figure out how to make that better, I'm just gonna go handheld. And we're going to really test the stabilization of the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Cue the fog. And action. That, perfect. Cue the bush. More violence. And then as he's doing it, the hat.
Okay.
Oh, one take, baby.
Yeah!
So for this next shot, in the scene, Muldoon
Muldoon.
sees the raptor, right? And so he's hunting one and he sees the first raptor. There's two raptors, he sees the first one. So what we're gonna have be our raptor is Doug here. He's wearing a nice blue, so it's gonna look like a raptor. And we're gonna show him kind of creeping in the background, and then we're gonna rack focus from that to the barrel of the gun. And Brendan? Cut.
Ready?
Go the boom. Action.
Clever girl.
And that's a wrap.
Clever girl.
And that is a wrap. What a learning experience, man. This iPhone, you have to know it is what it is. It's not your #1 filmmaking tool. Yes, you can use it to create some cinematic images, but as we're trying to recreate professional Hollywood films, all of us on set felt the burden of shooting on an iPhone. There were a lot of limitations that we didn't want, especially with the new cinematic mode. Again, I know what you're thinking, well, how much do you want? What else can you ask for? It's an iPhone. Yes, but if you're claiming it's like one of their best video modes, the focus mode just looked really fake at times, and it even struggled at times. The photo editing software is actually pretty decent. It allowed you to pick your focus points and select that where you wanted to, how you wanted to, but it did struggle at some times, and there were some scenes where it just looks super unnatural, and you can see the outline really bad, or the outline was like shifting and it didn't look as authentic as you wanted it to, especially again as we're trying to recreate some high budget productions here. But overall, I'm pretty impressed with the videos we created. Obviously they're not perfect, obviously they're a little funny, a little weird. We wanted to make them funny because we knew that we wouldn't come close to actual Hollywood footage. I think at the end of the day, the footage was just half the battle. As you saw, a lot went into post, a lot of sound designing, a lot of music scoring, and and a professional color grade. So a few notes to Apple. You cannot call something cinematic mode if it's shooting in 30 FPS. Cinematic mode needs to be 24 FPS as a priority, 30 FPS as an option, and then 60 FPS just because you need 60 FPS. I need 60 FPS. And please give us the option for 4K. You know, you're creating the cinematic mode to kind of entice the filmmakers, entice the content creators. And a lot of the content creators are uploading to Instagram, TikTok. We get that, where you're viewing it on 1080p footage anyway. But give us the option of 4K so that we can digitally zoom in or have a lot more to work with, and just to make it look a lot sharper. But overall, something you cannot compete with the iPhone is how easy it is to use. You literally just open your native camera app, select cinematic mode, and just tap to focus wherever you want, and then select whatever your focus points are, adjust your aperture in post. I mean, no other phone can do that, and that's just the reason I love and probably will always stick to Apple, because of how easy and user-friendly their devices and their software is, regardless of some of the cons. The gear can only take you so far. You have to know how to use it, which is why we created Full-Time Filmmaker. And whether you want to create Hollywood films like this, or become a videographer and run a business that shoots weddings or real estate or commercial, whatever it is, the skills you need as a filmmaker are required to make that dream a reality. So if you're interested in joining our course and joining 18,000 students who are learning like you every day how to become a full-time filmmaker, we'll put that link in the description below. And we've also put together a free 1-hour training where we give you a preview of what the course includes, along with our 10 secrets to achieving cinematic shots. But you guys, thank you so much for watching. Please drop a like if you like this video. We want to know if you like this type of content and if you want us to create more of it. But you guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any further questions, please let us know.